Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, Cedric Rant into his house. I made a video a couple weeks back, 10 reasons why God exists. Sadly, I removed it, but I'm gonna make a new one in the future, a better one, in fact, with that knowledge there. But luckily, my video was preserved in the response by the amazing Atheist. I'm gonna put the link in the description there. Amazing Atheist responded to my video, people, huh? And y'all thought I was done. Big fan, by the way, big fan there. But, he responded to my vid, or he attempted to a little bit there. He started off by saying that, I might be a troll and stuff like this. They were talking about trolling. I have trolled in the past, atheists and Catholics alike, but today is a new day. No more trolling. Straight up truth. He says I'm not supposed to curse because I'm Catholic. I might be a Catholic there, but I'm still cool, dog. I'm cool, okay? So here, he responded to arguments that I mentioned there, the fine-tuning, about how everything is finely tuned for our existence on planet Earth, okay? He says we can't live in space, we can't live in the oceans, we can't live on the sun, we can't live on other planets. I'm talking about life on planet Earth. Human beings living on land. I'm not saying that, we were able to live in volcanoes or anything like this. I'm talking about human beings living on land. It is finely tuned for that type of existence. That's what I'm talking about. He says we only have a tiny place where we can live. And that's good enough. It's a good enough size for human beings to live on. That's what I'm talking about. Life on Earth. Okay? I said DNA is like a computer code. He did not respond to that. He responded to something else that I said. I said, if you change the DNA, you're not going to live, the way you live. You're going to be different and shit. He said DNA can change. That's how we evolve. I believe in evolution, and that's true. We can change our DNA over a long-ass period of time. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, right now, human beings, as we live today. If you change the DNA, you're going to be fucked up. You might have a penis growing out of your forehead, something like this there. And that's what I'm talking about right now. Alter the DNA, you're going to be all fucked up. That's just the way it is. And he did not really respond to that. DNA being like a computer code program. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about, okay? The complexity of the cell. I said the cell is very complex. It's like machines working together. They gotta come together. It's very, very complicated. He says complexity doesn't mean there's a designer. That is true. However, that statement does not, rule out a God. You said it could have happened by itself. And where's the proof of that shit? If I have to back up everything, so do you. If you say, it's just happened by itself, where the fuck is your proof of that? Okay? Honest scientists are going to say that's a very, very, very tiny chance. 0.00000, very slim chance that the cell could have come about on its own. Very slim chance. And to me it looks designed. That's what I think there. I said explosions in the sky cannot create machine-like activity in the cell. He says, how do you know? Because it just doesn't make sense. How can an explosion, how can nothing cause an explosion that creates such complex activity in the cell? You know, if nothing would just create a little ball of dust, okay, you know, a ball of dust, you know, but nothing going to extreme complex, you know, it's hard to believe that it just happens by itself, okay? I talked about the golden ratio, mathematical patterns on your body, in the universe at the micro level, galaxies that they can look at with telescopes that have these dimensions. He says I'm talking about the Fibonacci sequence, and that's actually not what I was talking about. These atheists, man, they need to educate themselves. I'm talking about a different, you know, mathematical pattern, the golden ratio, Doug. He says it simply shows that, you know, incredible things can happen. Proof, Doug, show me the proof that it can just happen on its own. I think that if a universe was completely random, I don't think there'd be patterns, mathematical sequences on our body, in trees, nature, micro level, macro level. I don't think it would happen on its own if it was just random. And if you see a bunch of patterns and shit, you know, it starts to look like there's a designer somewhere. That's what I'm saying. He says I have throat cancer because of the way I talk. At least I don't have fucking bananas and chocolate syrup in my ass, dog. Fucking chocolate sundae all up in that ass. Number 5, I talked about life itself. How can life itself originate from non-living material? He says it's too complex or whatever. That's right, dog. Run from the argument, dog. Run away from the argument. Too complex. I said scientists failed at creating life, which is the truth. They've been trying for many years and they keep failing. He says if they can end up doing it, will I admit that I'm wrong? Sure, I'll admit to being wrong, but I don't think I've actually said anything that would make me wrong. You know, I said scientists can't create life, and so far it's the truth. If they end up doing it in 20 years, doesn't mean I'm lying right now, because it's the truth, motherfucker. They can't do it. They can't. I said nothing can't create everything. He says it's not original. Of course it's not original because it's a goddamn good argument. That's why people use it. And somewhere I fucked up verbally. I said the universe had nothing. Then he's like, oh, it's not the universe that has nothing. There was no universe. You don't understand. I just did a little verbal fuck up. Pretty lame on your part to take that and to claim I don't understand. I think you don't understand, but I said something about how we came out of monkeys' vaginas, and that was an obvious joke. Then they start saying I don't understand evolution. It was just a joke, not meant to be taken seriously. We had chimps, Neanderthals, Homo erection, shit like that. We had all of that shit, dog, okay? I read the same books that you read, okay? He says, how do you know that nothing can create everything? Because it doesn't make sense logically for nothing to create everything. It makes no sense. Here's nothing in my hand. I don't see an ice cream cone happening. You understand? I can stay like this for 1 billion years. Ain't no ice cream cone that's going to appear in my hand. It's just not logical. And how do you know that it can happen by itself? You don't know. He says scientists have evidence. Evidence of what? You know, scientists don't know how the Big Bang happened. They know that there's a Big Bang, but they don't know what caused it. They don't have evidence for that. If you had like a big bear in space, it's not God, it's the big bear in space. We know this now. That would be evidence. If you had the big bear, hey guys, it was me all along, then you'd have evidence that the Big Bang wasn't caused by God or whatever. But you don't have that. He says, where does God come from? I could use an unoriginal argument there, say, you know, you have the first cause, you can't have an endless amount of first causes. Eventually you get to the first cause, and the first cause is God or whatever. But just to have a bit of fun there, the Bible doesn't specifically mention where God comes from. It just says that he showed up there, blah, 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 in the beginning. So, you know, maybe God did have parents. Mama and Dada go. Maybe God is an alien. Even Richard Dawkins thinks that. You know, it could be an advanced being. Maybe wherever God is from, they're immortal on that planet. That's not what I think there, but that's, you know, just something I'm throwing out there. Atheists talk about multiverses. Maybe God comes from another universe or something, you know. So I don't know where God comes from, but I believe in him, son. I believe in him. I talked about miracles, like a miracle in specific. Scientists tried to debunk it. They couldn't. And he says, oh, it can't be disproven, therefore it's true. That's not what I'm saying there, but scientists tried a couple miracles to debunk it. Example, a statue of Jesus that's crying blood. They examine it. They look at all the ingredients of the statues. There's no reason for it to cry blood. And it's real blood that's coming down out of its face. Okay, how does it happen? Supernatural, dog. Supernatural. Okay, it's not a thing about disproven means it's the truth, blah, blah, blah. It's just weird shit going on. It looks supernatural. It looks like it's done by God or Jesus or something. That's number 8, stigmata. I talked about stigmata. He never countered anything about that. I said you can even see video footage of real stigmata happening. He says, oh, you can find alien autopsies, blah, 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 blah. That doesn't counter fuck all about stigmata there. There's real documented cases of stigmata. It's real. They bleed the wounds of Christ. Why? Looks like it has something to do with Jesus. I'm just saying. I talked about personal experience. He's like, oh, personal experience trumps evidence. Did I say that? No. I didn't say, hey, you know, your ape teeth there, it's disproven by my personal experience. Never said that. So you're trying to put words in my mouth, dog, and I don't appreciate it. Okay, don't appreciate it, dog. And the last thing, I made a joke about evolution. This is a joke. I believe in evolution, but I think God did it. In the vid, I said the cup is gonna turn into an alligator. It's a joke. It's not serious, okay? Oh, alligator, it can't turn into that, can't reproduce, can't become alligator. It was just a joke. Not meant to be taken seriously, that joke, dogs, okay? But I think a cup has a bigger chance of turning into an alligator than the cell coming together on its own, dog. That's what I think. So yeah, I'm gonna go put hot oil, chocolate syrup, and bananas all up in my ass, dog. Knowing that the amazing atheist couldn't counter my fucking video, dog. Booyah, son. Booyah. Alrighty, till next time. Peace.